Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another hard-hitting episode of the Callous Mind Sportscast. This week we're talking NFL Week 14 pick results, NFL Week 15 picks, we're talking UFC 282 review, and UFC Fight Night Picks. So we got a lot to get through, and with that in mind, I am leaving timestamps here in the video itself and in the description box below this video. So if you're looking for a particular section, that should make it easier for you to find it. NFL Week 14 review saw the Raiders lose by 1 point on Thursday Night Football. For the love of everything holy and good, that stabs me to the deepest part of my soul, and it's not just because the Raiders lost, but it's how they lost and who was the quarterback of the opposing team that they lost to, because Baker Mayfield is an Oklahoma Sooner. I happen to be an Oklahoma Sooners fan, so that just hits me in my heart more than I can describe. Sunday's game started with the Bills and Jets, and so the Bills are leading, and they're also leading in the AFC playoff race. They currently have the number 1 seed, so that was a big win for the Bills there at home. The Bengals win the Battle of Ohio there between the Browns. The Cowboys win a squeaker against their Texas rivals, the Texans. The Lions get a big win at home against a division rival Minnesota Vikings. And then how about Jacksonville going on the road and beating Tennessee in their home? That's a big win for Jacksonville in the AFC South as they continue to stay in the hunt for a potential playoff spot. The Eagles roll the Giants 48-22, and the Eagles, I mean, they look like the clear and present favorite to win the whole damn thing. But only time will tell. And then how about the Ravens? They get a big win on the road against an AFC North rival in the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Broncos lose again, but at least they scored 28 points against the Chiefs in that game. And how about the Buccaneers and Tom Brady going from east to west and just getting hammered on the road by a third-string quarterback, which I've got to give a lot of props to Brock Purdy. Apparently this kid is an Arizona guy, so a part of me wants to root for him, but I can't really root for the 49ers because they're in the division with the Cardinals. But I think at this point the Niners, even despite all their injuries, seem to be the favorite to win the NFC West. If I had to pick somebody to win it at this point, it's going to be them, because lo and behold, the game below this one, the Panthers go on the road from east to west, and they beat the Seahawks and the 12th man in Seattle. So how about that, man? And I got to believe that Steve Wilkes has got to get serious consideration to retain this job on a permanent basis after the season's over, considering what he's been able to do with the Carolina Panthers. And then next game, Dolphins and Chargers. I mean, man, the Chargers go from losing to the Raiders to beating the Dolphins, and I just don't really know what to make of the Chargers. These games are starting to get real hairy, and these teams are all fighting for their potential playoff lives. So that's a big win for the Chargers right there against the Dolphins. But you got to win when you're at home, and they did that. And then last night, the Arizona Cardinals lose. Not only did they lose the game, but they lost Kyler Murray to what initial reports are saying is a torn ACL. So looks like we won't get him back for quite some time. That's unfortunate for the team in the short term and the long term, unfortunately. All right, so my NFL Week 14 pick results were 6 wins and 7 losses. What an atrocious week. But you know what? That's how it goes in the pick game. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Usually I'm the bug and not the windshield, but that's the way it goes sometimes. This video is brought to you by SpartanCoins.com, a maker of high quality custom challenge coins, custom lapel pins, and custom patches. If you are in the market and looking to save money on some custom coins, be sure to check out SpartanCoins.com. As you can see from this tweet embedded in their website, effective November 17th, 2022 through December 17th, 2022, Spartan Coins will double their first responder, military, and customer appreciation order credits on reorders of 150 pieces or more, and they also offer 50% off your coin mold when you order 150 pieces or more. So if you're looking for affordable custom challenge coins, be sure to check out SpartanCoins.com by visiting SpartanCoins.com. NFL Week 15 starts on Thursday, December 15th, with San Francisco heading to Seattle for a very critical NFC West battle. And I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers on the road to defeat the Seattle Seahawks. That defense is pretty stout. And even with the third-string quarterback, they still seem to be doing well. And even Deebo Samuel was knocked out of the game on Sunday, but it still didn't matter. So I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers on the road to defeat the Seattle Seahawks. Week 15 represents the start to Saturday games, and those games are on Saturday, December 17th. Indianapolis heads to Minnesota, and I'm going to pick Minnesota to rebound and recover from that loss to the Lions in Week 14. So I'm going to take the Vikings at home against the Indianapolis Colts. Next game, Baltimore at the Cleveland Browns. So Cleveland Browns #1 battling Cleveland Browns #2. I will take the Baltimore Ravens on the road to defeat the Cleveland Browns. The final game on Saturday is Miami heading to Buffalo in a critical AFC East matchup. And I'm going to take the weather and that home field for the Buffalo Bills. So I'll take the Bills at home to defeat the Miami Dolphins. Sunday, December 18th starts with Philadelphia at Chicago. And I'm going to take the Eagles on the road to continue to fly and get the win in Chicago. Next game, Atlanta at New Orleans, an NFC South matchup. I will take the Falcons on the road to defeat the New Orleans Saints. Next game, Detroit at New York, Jets. I really like the Lions. I mean, they are a scrappy, gritty team, and I'm going to pick them in this game right here. So I'll take the Lions on the road to defeat the New York Jets. Next game, Pittsburgh at Carolina Panthers, and Pittsburgh is back to Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback. Now, I don't know if Kenny Pickett will be back for this game or not. But if they're going with Mitchell too risky, then I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers at home to defeat the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Next game, Dallas at Jacksonville. I will take the Cowboys to continue to roll. So I'll take Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys on the road to defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars. Next game, Kansas City at Houston. And I'll take Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs to defeat the Houston Texans. Next game, Arizona Cardinals at Denver Broncos. And I know that I said that I wasn't going to pick Big Red except in very extreme circumstances. I really do believe that Arizona can go on the road and get this win. They've played better on the road typically than they do at home. And not only that, but Denver, up until this past weekend, hadn't really been scoring that many points anyway. So I think the Cardinals can go on the road and get an ugly win like 16-13, 13-10, something to that effect. Next game, New England at Las Vegas Raiders. And hopefully, if the Raiders cannot make the playoffs, which in all honesty, I don't expect them to at this point, but they can impact the playoff seeding and possibly some of the other playoff participants. And I would like to see the Raiders disrupt the Patriots' chances here for old-time Tuck Rule's sake. So I'll take the Raiders at home to defeat the New England Patriots. Next game, Tennessee at Los Angeles Chargers. And this really is a key battle for a playoff position at this point as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to take the Los Angeles Chargers at home to get the win against the Tennessee Titans. Next game, Cincinnati Bengals visiting Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who look pretty anemic and pathetic, and they are a shell of their former selves. And Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals seem to be hitting their stride. So I'm going to take the Bengals on the road to defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And on Sunday Night Football, you have the New York, they might be football giants against the Washington Commanders. And I believe the last time these two met was a tie a couple of weeks ago. And just in that game, I picked the Washington Commanders. And in this game, I'm picking the Washington Commanders. So I'll take the Washington Redskins, formerly known as the Washington Football Team, currently known as the Washington Commanders, to get the win against the New York Giants. And then on Monday Night Football, it's Los Angeles Rams versus the Green Bay Packers. And according to last night's Monday Night Football telecast, it's supposed to be 8 degrees in Green Bay at game time for this game between the Rams and the Packers. That bodes very ill against a beat-up Rams team, and it bodes very well for an experienced and used to playing in that climate Green Bay Packers team. So I will take Ron Rodgers and the Packers at home to get the win against the visiting Los Angeles Rams. My UFC 282 fight picks seem like they were okay. I'm a little surprised that Bryce Mitchell lost this fight, as I picked him, so that was a loss for me. And I'd also picked Alex Morono here, but he lost. I'd picked both of these guys here to win. And in the main event, I had picked Magomed Ankalaev to win that, and he didn't. And who in the hell has ever heard of a title fight ending in a split draw like that? I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous, and I'm glad to see that the UFC is taking that literally, and they've already set another light heavyweight championship title fight for January. So that's pretty good, and I'm glad that got done. A lot of people were saying that this fight should have probably gone to Jared Gordon. I don't know. I didn't see it because I did not buy the pay-per-view. As I told you guys in my previous video, that I just wasn't as interested in this fight card. I wasn't interested in it enough to spend money on it. So I'll put it to you like that. UFC Fight Night, Cannonier versus Strickland. In this fight, I'm going to take Sean Strickland to get the win in the main event. In this next fight, I'm taking Damir Ismagulov. In this next fight here, I'm taking Amir Albazi. In this fight here between Julian Erosa and Alex Caceres, I'm going to take Julian Erosa. In the next fight between Drew Dober and Bobby Green, man, that's a tough pick for me. I am going to go ahead and take Drew Dober in this fight, but I'm sure that Bobby Green is more than capable of winning this fight as well. And then this fight here with Cody Brundage, I'm going to actually take Cody Brundage in this fight. And then I'm also going to pick 2 of the prelim fights. And in those, I'm going to take Matthew Smellisberger here, and I'm going to take Corey McKenna. So those are my UFC Fight Night picks. That's going to do it for this week's video. I thank you all for taking some time and spending it with me. I do sincerely appreciate it. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And until next time, please, 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 be good to yourselves and each other, and I will talk to you again next week. God bless.